Hi Scorpio, welcome to April. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And this month we have a new moon in Aries on the 1st. Then Venus moves into Pisces on the 6th. Mercury moves into Taurus on the 11th. And then we have the Jupiter and Neptune conjunction on the 12th in Pisces. Mars moves into Pisces on the 15th. And then we have a full moon in Libra on the 16th. And Pluto, your ruling planet, will go retrograde at the end of the month on the 29th. And then we have a new moon in Taurus in your 7th house of partnerships, and it's an eclipse. And I'll give you a sneak preview on that, but I won't go too into detail. I'll talk about that more next month. So in the meantime, let's see what the cards say for Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know about love and relationships for the month of April 2022? What is coming up for Scorpio for April 2022? What is coming up for Scorpio in love for April 2022? What does Scorpio need to know? Okay, let's see what we have. The Eight of Wands. The Eight of Pentacles. The Ace of Cups. The King of Swords. The Judgment. The Three of Cups. The Knight of Cups. The Lovers. The Six of Cups. And the Seven of Wands. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so love is on this month. Actually, you're going to be making, let me get into it. So the Eight of Wands, you have these two eights. That's a card of power. The eight is standing in your power, coming into power. The Eight of Wands means messages, news coming in, arrows of love. Someone may want to tell you how they feel. Things are happening quickly in a relationship. The Eight of Pentacles can represent taking a new direction. Maybe you're taking a relationship in a new direction. It can also have career meaning, that you're making changes in your career and you're going in a new direction also. But definitely things are happening this month. If you've been waiting for news from someone, or you're waiting to find out how someone feels, you're going to know this month. You're going to get that romantic proposal. You're going to get that person telling you how they feel. Even if it's a job thing, you could be getting a new job offer. Because the Eight of Wands are also about business. You could have a lot of opportunities happening this month. You have the Ace of Cups, so you might already be in a relationship. You've already had a new beginning. This is in the past. Maybe with someone. The King of Swords is someone who could be a little bit older. It could be an eight, or it could be an air sign. Someone who's more mature. This person might have their own business. The King of Swords is about someone he uses logic instead of emotion to make decisions. So you could be evaluating your choices, trying to not let your heart rule your head. It's about discrimination. You could be involved with someone. Swords could be air. You also have cups here. That could be water. But I'm not too focused on the sign exactly. It's more the personality. So the King of Swords can be someone can be hard to reach emotionally sometimes, because they don't open up. They don't like. They have a hard time revealing their feelings or talking about their feelings, and they usually make decisions after giving. They're very analytical, very intelligent, and they make decisions based on analysis. They might overthink things sometimes. The King of Swords is also about discrimination, separating what's real from what's not real. So that could be you also tapping into that energy, trying to figure out, okay, if this relationship, maybe you've just started a relationship or you have a new beginning in a current relationship, and you're trying to figure out what it's all about. Can I trust this relationship? Is this person who they say they are? You're trying to not, like if in the past, because Scorpio is very ruled by their emotions, all water signs are. So if you have a feeling about something, you tend to go with your feeling and go with your heart. But this time I feel like you're using your head. You're trying to see, be more discriminating, not just giving your heart away just because you feel that, like that you care about someone. You're thinking, is this a good choice for me? Is this person going to be the right mate for me? I mean, it could be, the King of Swords could be an air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. But it could also just be someone who is more mature and a little bit more stubborn or rigid in their, not very emotional, not hard to reach on an emotional level. The Nine of Pentacles is here. This could be you or the other person. The Nine of Pentacles is someone who is okay financially, comfortable. So things might be going okay for you in a financial sense, or with business. Maybe you're starting a new business, or you're thinking about working for yourself, or you're moving into a position where you have more autonomy. But that could also be your partner. So these could be, if it's not you, it could be the other person. So this person is comfortable financially, but they might be feeling lonely. Like, what good is having all these material things if I have no one to share it with? So they may be looking for a partner to share their wealth with, to share their abundance with. And that could be either you or the other person. And I feel like you're going through some changes this month because you have the Judgment here. The Judgment coming up and the Three of Cups. And actually this is a time card for 3 weeks. So you might be making a decision in about 3 weeks into April, probably around that full moon or just before the eclipse, about a love relationship, one way or another. The Judgment is about waking up and realizing that you need to take action. So if you're not happy with your love life or you're not happy with your relationship, whether you're in a relationship or not, the only thing that's going to change things is you taking action, you seeing the reality and then making decisions and taking action based on that reality. So the Judgment is about rising from the ashes. It's like the phoenix, being reborn. It's a card of rebirth. It's a card of an awakening, like having a certain realization. So for some of you, it could be like if you've ended a relationship, maybe now you're ready to date again. If you were wounded in the past, you've healed and you're ready to to come into a new you. You've been working on yourself with the Judgment card. You've been giving up bad habits. You've been trying to maintain new habits that are helpful, that are more positive. And because you're changing on deep levels, the things that you once desired in the past in a relationship, you don't really want anymore. You're wanting something different because your needs are changing and you are changing. So as you change, the relationships you attract, the love you attract changes. The type of people you attract change. So if in the past you were attracting the wrong type of person, you worked on yourself, now you're going to be attracting the right person. You have the Three of Cups here. This is a card of parties, celebration, birth. So, and there's like the Ace of Cups too. So if you're not looking to have a family, just be careful because you have strong birth cards here. But the other way the Three of Cups can be is you're celebrating something. Things are starting to work in a positive way in your life. And you're getting together with friends and you're feeling supported. Because this is a card of people getting together. I don't see negative cards with this, so sometimes the Three of Cups can represent a love triangle or a third-party situation, but I'm not seeing that. I just feel like whoever you're with, you're sharing with your friends, you're going out with friends. You're just being more social, more active in April. The Knight of Cups is here. This is in your negative thinking sector, and this is usually a romantic proposal. Someone's offering you love this month, and then you have to decide, do I want to accept it? The Knight of Cups energy is a little bit on the immature side, or the like overly romantic side. So this could be either your energy, maybe you're looking for this dream lover that doesn't exist because it's in your negative thinking sector. So you might be judging someone too harshly, because sometimes the King of Swords can represent that, where you have someone offering you love, but you're not seeing, like you're looking for something like this fantasy lover that you can never, like you're comparing this person to your dream, and you're feeling, well, I don't know if this guy or this girl or whoever fits that dream, but maybe your dream is unrealistic. Like this card, someone may think, well, if I meet my soulmate, we'll never fight and we'll always get along. Or if I meet my soulmate, they'll be like this. And that's like Disneyland. We'll live happily ever after. That's Disneyland. That's not real love. Real love, you're going to have disagreements. You're two different people. You're going to have situations where you may like them and love them on some days, and on other days you may be like, I can't stand to be in the same room with you. I mean, that's just life. It's how you resolve conflicts that makes or breaks a relationship. Not having a perfect situation where you never fight. If you're with someone and you never fight or never have any kind of disagreement, you don't have a very intimate relationship. I can tell you right now. Because intimacy, when you get really deep with someone, you're triggering each other, and so it's how you, so it's not the arguments that are bad, it's how you resolve them. Like, you don't want to be, manipulative. You don't want to play games. You don't want to be controlling. You just want to be honest. If you have someone that you could talk to and resolve things in a healthy way, it's okay to argue every now and then. It's okay to have differences, because you are two different people. You're not the same. So you're going to be going through that. You might be evaluating your relationships this month and trying to figure out what's real, and trying to see things from a realistic perspective. Maybe you need to give up, if it's you who's got this fantasy image, maybe you need to give up that happily ever after fantasy, Disneyland, prince and princess kind of thing, and say, what, I'm dealing with a real person, and I'm having a real relationship, and I'm going to deal with it, the good, the highs, the lows, the good, the bad. I mean, like when people get married, they say, for better, for worse, because they know there's going to be worse. And when you make a commitment, you're committing to dealing with the positive and the negative aspects of a person and a relationship, and you're willing to work through it. So in the environment, you have the Lovers. There's someone in your life that you have a strong connection, and they feel very strongly about you too, because the Lovers is here. They may be trying to make a decision. One of you might be trying to decide, do I want this person in my life forever? What if, because the Lovers is like, sometimes the Lovers means choosing between two people. The traditional meaning is a guy trying to decide between two women. But it can also mean, which path do I go on? Do I stay in this relationship, or do I look for someone else? Do I stay or do I go? It doesn't always have to be choosing between two people. It could, for some of you, because this is a general reading, some of you may be choosing between two people, or trying to decide which one is better for me. The more reliable person, or the younger, immature person that's very romantic, So you could have two lovers that you're thinking about. But the Lovers, the thing about this decision is, whatever you decide, you have a serious choice to make this month. You and possibly your partner, if you're in a relationship. Whatever you decide can make or break the relationship. It's like whatever you choose, it's going to be permanent. It's going to be final. So if you're in a relationship and you're thinking, I want to move into something new, the old choice goes away. So if you're choosing between two people, and you choose one person over another, the other person, you can't go back. It's like, it's going to be done. It's going to be final. I'm with this person now. The other person won't. I can't change my mind. On the other hand, it could be a choice where, should I get married? Should I commit? Should I get involved with this person? Should I go deeper? And whatever you decide there is going to be final. Like, if you decide, no, I don't want this person right now, and you leave them, you might not be able to get back together. But one thing I want to say about the Lovers, you may decide that this person is really important in your life and you couldn't imagine your life without them. For whatever reason, for good or for bad, they have a significant place in your life. And you just feel compelled to be with this person. Because it's a strong connection when you have the Lovers in their card. It's the major arcana. So you both are, it could be a soulmate connection. It could be a past life connection, a karmic connection. And especially with the Six of Cups here. This is your wish fulfillment card. Now the Six of Cups energy is interesting because this is a card of healing from the past, learning from the past, not making, choosing not to make the same mistakes. Like you've learned lessons from past relationships and you want to bring that knowledge to the current relationship so that you don't make the same mistakes, so that you move into greater harmony and you do things differently this time. And the Six does represent harmony. Things are going to be improving over time. So if you choose someone, and you choose that, and you've done the work from the past, this is especially for people who have left someone and are now in a new relationship, things will be better. You'll have it, that Sixes represent harmony and improvement, moving into a better situation. Now, the Six of Cups can also represent reconnecting with someone from the past. So you could have someone from the past come back in April. And maybe that's why the Lovers is here. For some of you, you might have to choose between your current partner and someone from the past that comes back. And you have to decide which one do I want. And you really want to think seriously about it because whatever you choose, it's going to be permanent. You have the Seven of Wands as a final outcome, and that's about standing your ground, standing up for what you believe in, setting boundaries. So you may have to set some boundaries in a relationship. If there are certain things that you don't like, you may have to, communicate and speak up and say, look, this is the way I need it to be. You do have the upper hand with the Seven of Wands. You can overcome. So if you're having problems in a relationship, you can overcome them. They're not insurmountable. I mean, this person is standing above the problems. The problems are down here. This is all obstacles, things you have to overcome. And here's the mountain, the peak. You can reach the top of the mountain. You can overcome these problems. You have the favor. You are the favored one. Especially if you're in a relationship where you're just dating, and somebody that you're dating is seeing you and someone else, you are the favored one. So you may have to some of you might want to issue an ultimatum, like it's me or the other person. Who do you want? Because Scorpios do not like to share their love with other people. You are a one-on-one person. It's all or nothing with Scorpio. If you're either with me or you're not with me. There's no halfway. You're all in or you're all out. So that might come to a head this month, if for some of you. But if that's not the case, then it could be a question of whether do I want to commit? Do I want to go in 100%? Do I want to go all in to this relationship? Do I want to be, exclusive with this person? And you might be making that decision as well. But it looks great. Whatever's happening, it's going to be exciting. Sometimes with the Eight of Wands, you may feel like things are happening too quickly. Like you meet someone and you're feeling like maybe this person's wanting a commitment right away. And you're feeling like, I don't know, like let's slow things down. Let's take our time. Things are happening too fast. I don't know, So just don't let anybody push you or bully you. Do things when the time is right for you. But it looks good. It looks like you're connecting with someone who's going to be really important in your life. So let's see what the angels have to say. What messages? What message does Scorpio need to know? Because I think this relationship is changing you on deep levels too with the Judgment card. You're waking up to who you truly are, and you're feeling more empowered, more strong. So you are not going to let anyone make you do whatever you don't want to do. Like in the past, you might have given things up for love just to make a relationship, just to keep the peace. You're not doing that this time. You're going to stand your ground and stand up for what's right, what's right for you. So, let's see. What do the angels have to say to Scorpio? Oneness. Someone you dearly miss is forever present in your heart. Remember, dearest one, that even though there has been a physical parting, spiritually those we love never leave us. Creation is eternal. Nothing is ever truly missing, for all is interconnected and ultimately one. So maybe you're comparing this new love to someone from the past that's no longer in your life, and you're missing that person. It could be a departed. I feel like this is someone that's departed, like a departed lover or relative or something, and you're missing them. But I feel like the future is going to be better. You are coming into a new cycle with love, so maybe you're able to release the past and you're ready to love again. For those of you who have lost a love, maybe through some kind of separation or even death, you're ready to start again with someone new. And you don't want to compare the new person to the old person because it's in a whole new cycle. So don't let the new person pay for the sins of the past person. Or don't compare the new person. You know, you're dealing with a brand new person. Take them at face value. So, but love is on. You have the opportunity to make a really strong connection. So if you're open to it, it's on. Just take your time and let things progress when the time is right. Go with the flow. That's what the Ace of Cups is also saying. Go with the flow. Don't try to control the outcome. Just let things happen naturally. So let's see what the astrology has to say for Scorpio. So for you, your new moon is in the 6th house. And it's conjunct Chiron and Mercury. So 6th house has to do with work. So you could be starting a new job, or you could be having communication coming in. Like I have felt, job opportunity or taking a new direction. You may have some healing to do around your work, some work issue. Maybe feelings of self-esteem or feelings of worthiness. Can I do this? Am I capable? But you have a chance to have a new start. So if you weren't getting what you deserved in the past, I think now you have an opportunity for a new beginning. There's a lot going on at home. You've got Saturn, Mars, and Venus all in your 4th house. So you might be busy either working from home or trying to fix up your place, make it nicer, maybe redecorating, trying to make it more conducive to love. But you also have, I see what this is. Mars, all these planets, Venus, Mars, and Saturn, they're squaring the North Node, and the North Node's in Taurus in your 7th house. So what it's telling you is it's time for you to really reach out and form a partnership, a committed partnership. But because this is a square aspect, you may have to deal with some issues that revolve around your early childhood programming. So issues around a father figure or a mother figure, some authority figure in the home. And maybe that's what's holding you back from really committing. You're afraid to commit in some way because of some childhood wound that you need to work out. And you can, if you do the work, Saturn brings stability when it goes through the 4th house. It brings, you have to work hard. You're putting down roots, so you might decide that you want to purchase a home with someone. But it also brings great reward for the work that you're doing. Now, Jupiter and Neptune are coming together in your 5th house. That's the house of children. It's the house of romance. It's the house of creative self-expression. So some of you, if you've been wanting to have a child, you can have a child through this partnership. Or it could bring a romance that's very spiritual, like you feel like a soul union with this person. And you're really meeting each other, not just on a physical level, because the 5th house can rule sex, but also on a spiritual level. Like you're really connecting. It could be like a soul union. But with Neptune there, you want to make sure you're seeing the real person. You're not idealizing the person. Because Neptune can bring, glamour and fantasy into the picture. So make sure you're seeing the reality you can check with your friends, like, what do you think of this person? And that way you can get a reality check from family and friends. Make sure you're not seeing what you want to see and seeing the person for who they really are. So then we have the full moon in Libra, and that's across your 12th house and 6th house. So I feel like you're doing a lot of healing. You've been working on yourself. This is a completion. Something is coming to completion around a work issue, around a health issue. It's squaring Pluto in the 3rd house, so you could be resolving some issues with relatives, like brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles. There could be some power struggles. Maybe there's somebody might be the 12th house sometimes represents hospitals, prisons, institutions of confinement. So maybe you have an older relative that's in the hospital, you're worried about them. It also represents psychological issues and what's hidden, how we self-sabotage. So it's a powerful time with Pluto in the 3rd to really communicate and to go deep and find out and look at those patterns, look at those family patterns, so that you can heal them and release them. Because I think that you could have healing, between the new moon in Aries and the full moon in Libra. You're healing the way you deal with relationships. So any psychological blocks you have that are preventing you from bonding with someone, or preventing you from having a more fulfilling relationship with your siblings and your immediate family, can be healed now. And you could release that baggage. Because the 12th house is also the end of a cycle, where things come to the surface. You see the truth and you release the baggage. You heal and you release. You're releasing past karma. Mercury and Uranus are in your 7th house, and they're sextile Venus in the 5th house. So again, there could be developments in relationship, sudden news coming in, sudden opportunities. And the 7th house is not just marriage, although it could be. It's also business partnerships. So I feel like you're getting abundance in both places, not only just love, but also in career, that there could be some sudden opportunity that comes in. And you may get an offer of either love or even a job where you're using your creativity. You're really loving the work that you do. You're able to be creative. So that could be coming up. And Pluto, your ruling planet, is going to be going retrograde at the end of the month on the 29th. And that's happening in your 3rd house. So you could have, if you had an issue with a relative, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, whatever, that you thought was resolved, it may come back at the end of the month and you have to resolve it again. You have to deal with it again. And then we have the new moon eclipse in Taurus. It's an eclipse. So that could mean a sudden ending, sudden new beginning. I mean, it's you're in a relationship and all of a sudden the person proposes. Let's get married. And you're like, I don't know, wait a minute. Something is going to happen that's sudden and you have to make a decision right away. I don't want to get too far into the new moon in Taurus because I'm going to be talking about that next month, because it's going to be in operation for the next 6 months. So it is connected with Uranus, so surprise new beginnings, but it's got positive energy. It's sextile Mars, so don't be afraid of the eclipse. But it does represent sudden change, sudden new opportunities, sudden new beginnings. So that's something to look forward to. But for now, think about the love that's in your life and be ready to let it in. But be realistic at the same time. Know what your needs are. Know and, really be discriminating. Okay, is this what I really need? Is this person what I want? And know that you can overcome any problems in the relationship. That it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be good for you. You have to feel good about the connection. So that's my forecast, Scorpio. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button if you want to know when I upload. And leave a comment if this resonated with you. That's what helps. All these things help the channel. So if you want to support my channel, if you're liking the work that I'm doing, please do one of those 3 things, or all of them. And this is a general reading, so it may not apply to everyone. But if you want a specific reading that just applies to you, a private reading, just your issues, your problems, your relationship, whatever's going on in your life, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website.